So the discourse on supplements right now is a very confusing place. I feel like a lot of people are saying a lot of things, and then you have on the extremes channels like the Huberman podcast, which I absolutely love, but that in all honesty recommends like a fucking cocktail list of 20 or 30 supplements to be taking every day, and that's too much. It's too far, bro. Firstly, it's too much money, and secondly, that can't be good for you. I'm sorry. Like, maybe it is, but who knows? But I've got today the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail of supplements. The only one you need to be taking, and here it is. I don't know if that's ever going to focus. Maybe it will, but it's taurine. Taurine is the number one supplement you need to be taking, and you might recognize it because it's found in things like Red Bull. Some different energy drinks all have taurine in them, but it has a few very interesting effects. And the first effect, which we're going to talk about, is perhaps its biggest one, and it's a hard one to recommend because it's not going to affect you right now, but its huge impacts on your longevity, lifespan, and health span, which is a very kind of interesting thing that's not spoken about enough in supplementation. So there was a study called Taurine Deficiency as a Driver of Aging by Parminder Singh, published in 2023. So it's a very recent study. And basically what it found was that taurine level, so taurine is an enzyme. It's found naturally within all of us. It's something called a non-essential enzyme. So you have it in you right now. And a lot of foods like meat especially have taurine in them. So if you're vegetarian, definitely supplement taurine, by the way. But taurine decreases with age was the finding of this study. So as you grow older, your taurine levels, your natural taurine levels are depleted. In older humans, they're 80% lower than they are in younger people. And for example, in primates, non-human primates, they were 85% lower in 15-year-old monkeys than in 5-year-old monkeys. So there's a very clear decline. And I might be able to get a chart up of it now, but there's a clear decline in taurine levels as lifespan increases. Now, when they started to supplement taurine into these, so the study was done on mice, worms, and non-human primates. So firstly, the mice model, I think, is probably the most all-encompassing, so that's what we'll discuss. But they supplemented mice with taurine to bring their levels back up to kind of like the youth level. So imagine taurine's going down, they kind of supplemented to bring it back up again. I'm sure there's a better graph than just my hands to show that. But when they supplemented that taurine, they saw a lifespan increase of 10 to 12% in mice. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but boys, that's big. Like that is like, yeah, start taking it now, because 10 to 12% is a big increase, brother. And that was on mice that were like middle-aged already. If you can start taking it in your youth now and never see that taurine depletion, stay at that higher level your whole time, then the effects could be greater. That is pure speculation, but you might get closer to maybe 15 or 20% increase to lifespan, which again doesn't seem like a lot now, but when you're 80 years old, brother, and you're gonna die, and you remember this video and think, oh fuck, I could have lived another 16 years. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. That's the difference between 80 and 96, if my maths is correct. So get on it. How does it do it? There's a number of different theories, but the biggest kind of theory that paper isolated was that it stops DNA damage, it stops cytokine levels. I mean, that's a big one. If you've been to this channel before, you know about how important reducing inflammation is. These cytokines, these inflammatory cytokines, things like interleukins and whatever, are like linked to so many conditions. Cancers, depression, heart conditions, arthritis, any sort of inflammatory condition, which clearly is a very bad thing, but taurine is hugely anti-inflammatory. And that has wider effects in your life as well. I mean, having anti-inflammatory effects is good for you generally speaking. Like we spoke about, it's great for your mental health, believe it or not. It'll make you happier to take taurine. There we go. It's also good for your energy. I mean, taurine has other effects. So we'll go through the other effects of taurine quickly. I mean, it has huge energy enhancement. So it increases your insulin sensitivity, improves blood pressure, and improves heart function, which are all great for your energy levels. Athletic performance. So if you go to the gym again, taurine is fantastic for you. It enhances muscle contraction, delays, fatigue. There was another study, it was called Taurine in Sports and Exercise by Jennifer A. Kurtz and others in 2021. And that showed that, yeah, taurine increases oxygen uptake, increases times of fatigue, decreases muscle damage, and increases recovery times and strength and power. So there you go. Taurine is a fantastic supplement, and it's got wide-ranging effects. The anti-inflammatory effects are huge. It improves your mood, for example, decreases a lot of inflammatory diseases. The improvements to energy are big. The improvements to athletic performance are also large. And it's one of those supplements that when I take it, I genuinely see the difference. There was a period where I stopped taking taurine and I just felt kind of subdued throughout my life. But it's good for you. It's also a very safe taurine, safe supplement. So the recommended dosage is between 1 and 3 grams. And a little pro tip is buy it in powder form. You can get capsules, but the powder form is just so much cheaper for what it is. You put about half a teaspoon of it into some water, mix it together, drink that down, and that'll get you about a 1.5 gram dose. I mean, a full teaspoon is about a 3 gram dose. And why it's good is because the EU Commission for Food, Health and Safety, I've forgotten its exact name, actually says you can take up to 6 grams is a healthy dose. So 3 grams or anything up to that, I would say stop at 3 grams, but anything around the 1.5, 1 gram mark is going to be very good for you, very safe, and have all these benefits. So yeah, the Holy Grail increases your lifespan by 15 to 20%, and that's health span as well. Those are healthy years you're adding on. Decreases inflammation, greatly improves exercise and kind of gym performance, increases energy. It's a good all-rounder. I mean, of course, supplement for other deficiencies you have in your life, maybe a magnesium supplement if you go to the gym a lot as well, a zinc supplement. These are big things. So I'm really off topic now. The ones I take at the moment are zinc, magnesium, taurine, creatine, and iron occasionally. So yeah, try taurine. It's good. It's good stuff. Cheap as well. Like you can get a pot like that for a tenner. So yeah, give it a go and let me know. If you gained any value from that video, drop a subscribe and come chat to me on the Discord or give me a call. But yeah, brother, I'm so proud of you. Manifest excellence, and I'll see you tomorrow.